What is going on, fine people of the YouTube world?
What's up, everybody?
Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Matt chose not, I repeat, not to do the good evening YouTube thing, which is perfectly fine because he sounds like a total train wreck when he does do it.
I do. I sound completely awful.
So this evening, as we do, we have a couple things to drink here. What's going on, Lou Balls? Melina, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. Little midweek egg cutting. What we have in front of you is a couple things we're going to drink. Matt has the Black Hog Brewing Company Sour. It's a pineapple, tangerine, and what is that? Grape? Agape? I guess that's grape. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking it said.
Maybe it's gape. Like the A is double long. Gape. Comes in at like a whole whopping 5%, so this will be a pretty thin, pretty light beer.
For a hot day.
Yeah, as sours tend to be. We hit 101 degrees today, and for Connecticut, that's really, really toasty. And that's without heat index or anything like that. That's what the truck picked up on the register for the temperature. So that ought to be a decent sour as far as fruitiness and tart. I'm kind of in the same world, but this thing here is
an IPA.
It is an IPA. It's a dry hopped tart IPA. I haven't been able to figure out what makes it tart. However, Ghostfish is a pretty cool brewing company out of California, and everything they make is gluten-free. A lot of gluten-frees I've had in the past, you can kind of see their dedicated gluten-free brewery, are just really kind of either really thin or nasty. These guys do a fantastic job at gluten-free brewing. This is not brewed to remove gluten, sorry. There is no gluten that goes into this at all. So they use rice. You can see right down there. They use malted pale millet, pale rice, and pale buckwheat. And there is a ton of hops there. You can see the Mosaic, the Simcoe, the HBC 630, Sabaro, Laurel, and then just a whole bunch of other numbers that don't have names yet, and comment. So this is loaded with hops. I'm not sure what makes it tart. But they call this resilient. The neat thing about what I didn't know this company does, but at least with this beer, a portion of the proceeds goes to support ALS. If you're not familiar with ALS, ALS is a progressive neuromuscular disease that usually progresses over time. I don't know if there's two separate forms or if it just impacts people differently. In some cases, it progresses really quick, and others take a long time. And eventually, what happens is your body becomes paralyzed, and then eventually you die because you can't breathe. But that is the very slow progression of that disease. A lot of times, you can't walk, you can't move, and you go into a facility that's going to, take care of everything. You get to the point where you can't talk. And then one of the last stages again is not breathing. So with that, staying resilient is very critical when you're trying to deal with ALS. So with this particular beer, they donate a good portion to support the study of that for better meds and treatment and that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. We found these guys. My wife has a gluten sensitivity and loves IPAs and such. And these guys are really expensive to buy from, not because the beer is expensive. It's kind of moderate for price point for craft stuff, but shipping it out here is what's really expensive. So I was able to find this locally, which is a new find for me. This is really exciting. So we'll definitely be drinking a whole lot more Ghost Fish. And if you do see it in your local packy or ABC or whatever you call where you go buy beer, definitely grab it. They make really good stuff.
All right, we're going to do a few shout-outs here. Welcome Melina, Lou, Jerry, James, Lori, Caleb, Melina.
What's going on, Elite? Welcome.
Elite. Who else?
Balls of Paradise. What's going on? What do you call that?
Slater
Snakes in the house. What's going on? Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
All right. Yeah. So these are the pours for this evening. If you're new joining us, live stream, which tends to be our cuttings. Wow, that is just really poor form. I apologize for that.
Both of us.
We typically start it with a drink. Sometimes it's a beer. Sometimes it's a whiskey. Sometimes it's a bourbon, a scotch. It doesn't really matter. It could be a rum. Could be any of that. So we always kick everything off with a drink.
Cheers.
Salute. Ooh, nice and tart.
Ooh, that's
nice
really good.
And tart. Yeah, really good.
Oh, man. Welcome, Robert. Video is fuzzy on my end. Check your
yeah,
video
if you
quality.
hit that little wheel in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that does give you the video quality options. A lot of times it defaults to auto and gives you a crappy setting.
Like 180.
Yeah, run that thing all the way up to 1080p or as high as it'll go, and that should correct your fuzziness. Yeah, it's definitely in the settings here on your lower right-hand corner.
All right.
So go ahead, Matt. Talk us through what the cutting is going to be, and then maybe what we're going to take a little eyeball at.
Yeah. So tonight we have 7 eggs from a girl that we picked up from New England Reptile Distributors a few years ago. This is her 2nd year of breeding. So she is a pastel spider. Hold on. You can see. She's a pastel.
Elite had 28 babies eat this week.
Woo! And we got.
Well, so before we get into what we're doing, you can see how we kind of document and track our feedings. So as we put animals in, everybody has a card. It sticks out when the animal's in. In the case it doesn't take what's there, we turn it sideways. So we need to go back and offer a mouse. But all these have fuzzy rats in them or appropriate sized rats. And before the live stream, we were able to get through some of this stuff and check them. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to get through everything. But that's kind of how we document our process and our feedings here, so we know and can keep track of individual snakes and them eating.
Yeah.
What's going on, James? Welcome.
And there's a lot to feed.
Yeah, Sunday. What's going on? Welcome.
What else we got?
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Sean, welcome.
Did I miss someone?
Yeah, definitely. Right under Robert. Up.
Oh, there you go, Sean Brooks.
Yep. All right.
We're good, Sean.
Yeah, we're doing good.
It's always a good day when you feed stuff and they eat, and you get to cut eggs.
You know, any day when the snake room is a good day.
Yeah, and do all the normal jazz for sure. 22 out of 23 yesterday. Yeah, that's
nice.
That's pretty good numbers. We don't always hit like 99% on our stuff, but that's why we'll turn the cards and we come back and we'll offer our mice so everybody gets an opportunity to eat something in their palate range.
Yeah, and we get a couple that are stuck on mice, won't go to rats, which is fine.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Snake's room is therapy, yes. Even oddly enough, even the rodent room, actually at times is kind of therapeutic.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
At times it is pretty stressful. Other times when it's not too crazy, it actually kick the music on and just kind of get in a rhythm and you can go.
So glad to hear you say that. Fathead, what's going on? What is going on, Matt? Welcome. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it.
But we were talking about temperatures and actually.
Chris Vogler is in the house.
Nice.
Yeah. Kilos in Creations checking in. Thanks for popping in, man. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy that girl. Chris just received a girl from us today that is going to be a killer animal once she really gets on the size and gets up to breeding weight.
But yeah, before we get too started into everything, means we were talking about temperatures, and I kind of brought the rodent thing up. This past year, we ended up converting half of my 2-car garage into our rodent room. I don't use any AC. It's all high velocity fans and a high velocity exhaust fan.
So, two things.
Yeah.
First, Elite Exotic said that looks like we have a lot. He's only got 30 babies so far.
Yeah, we have like 100.
Yeah, so we're 28 clutches that have shed out.
6-8 average. So I think we're about 140, 150.
And then there's like 3 more clutches that need to shed.
Yeah.
So the racks that you see behind Matt on his right-hand side, those 5 racks hold 180 babies. They are predominantly full. There's probably about 5 tubs there that aren't. And then we showed you guys this last time. This is our old. I don't know if that. It won't change orientation, and I can't back up enough even with this wide angle lens. These are our old ones. We haven't used these in a couple years since picking up this other stuff from Baller's Garage. So thanks, Dave, if you're on here for some amazing racks that work really good. So this is our overflow, and as you can see, we're getting into this. We will probably fill just about all of this. So we will definitely need more of those PVC racks next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Elite, yes.
We have very early.
A lot of animals on the ground at the moment, and there's a few animals that we have put up on Morph Market. However, there is a massive chunk of animals, I would say in the neighborhood of about 30 or so, that are all coming to the point where they've had enough meals. So there's going to be a buttload of stuff we're going to be putting on Morph Market. That said, we also so with Morph Market changed the parameters for the different levels. So we were previously a standard level. I signed up with John right in the beginning when Morph Market started, and kind of have been chunking along with him ever since as we've grown. So what was nice this year is they're changing the quantity of animals you can post. So we would have gone from 40 to 100, but then they added a $30,000 cap. Well, we've got 40 animals out there. I already hit the cap for that, so
right.
we had to go and upgrade to the next level, which gives us an unlimited posting of animals, but $100,000 cap. So that's good. That gives us some room for now. And then the new tier that he added is the Pro tier, which is like $850 a year, which is still not terrible, but everything is unlimited. Unlimited animals, unlimited cap. You get all the benefits of all the other tiers. So we just upgraded, so we'll be able to post an unlimited amount of animals, but we'll be capped by about $100,000. And if we hit that,
that'd be crazy.
I'll do a dance if we hit that. I don't see us hitting that this year.
No, but that would be insane. But yeah, to finish off what I was talking about earlier. So yeah, we converted.
Wow.
30 is
officially one buttload.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're carrying what? How many buttloads, Matt? Like 5 buttloads? 6 buttloads? 7? Almost 7 buttloads of babies.
Yeah, well, in our spread, so we have a spreadsheet that we keep track of all the snakes that have laid and how many eggs there is. Currently, we're at like 270 eggs.
Is what we should hit this year.
Yeah, without any of the others going yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's about 4 or 5 girls up there. I think that'll still go. I know I have 2 definitive, and then 2 that look like they may or may not, and then 1 more that looks like she may be like coming around that last lap. She may be putting in some extra miles. So yeah, I might be looking at about another 5, but definitely 2. Probably will end up with 3 out of the 5 that I think that are going to go. So.
Yeah, and I think I have 1 left, and I'm done for the season.
Yeah, Elite. This is definitely our biggest year. Last year we did combined. So Matt and I always keep our total clutch count is we combine, but we also keep it separate.
Yep.
So combined last year we did 32 clutches. This year it looks like we're going to do somewhere between 42 and 45, and I think my clutch count will be around 30, and then Matt's is around 12, 15, something like that.
Yeah, 12, 13, yeah.
So so definitely our biggest season this year, and honestly, we've up until last year, we've always sold every animal before the next animals were hatched. And with that said, we have about 8 or 9 animals from last season that are still available on Morph Market.
Let's see. Do you think about the black lace gene? And then James, where are the pieds and the clowns? Well, we have some pieds. We have some clowns. Not a lot, but we have some.
Yep.
And
what do you think about what do you say, black lace? Or lace gene? What it is?
He said black lace.
Black lace?
I don't know. I don't know much about the black. I haven't really looked much at it.
So black lace is a recessive gene. It's very. I've been able to read a little bit about it. It's very different from lace. So you can't really compare them one to the other, but the black lace stuff looks really, really good. I like it. But again, the struggle, the problem with doing a recessive project is if you get too many recessive projects, it takes a lot of animals to really run a recessive project very, very well.
Right.
So what we got really deep into recessive stuff, and we have a lot of them here, and we are now understanding what a lot of the big guys are saying about, pick a couple projects, 2 or 3, and stay with those and go deep. Because to have puzzle, to have xanthic, to have pied, to have albino, to have lavender, to have clown, to have tri-stripe, to have desert ghost, to
regular albino.
I think I said that.
You said lavender.
Lavender, regular albino.
Candino. We got that's candy.
That's a ALS thing.
Yeah.
It's not its own thing, but still to have 8 or 9 of these, it's tough to really drill deep into each one.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that's what it said. Oh, there you go. You're back.
Woo, we're back.
So the picture's back. I don't know how many people we actually have in here. One screen says 5. One screen says 3. And
this one says 4.
We had up to 18 at one point. So I don't know what happened. But
hopefully everybody will come back.
Yep.
But yeah, back to my original topic, which was the rodents. So we've had a pretty crazy heat wave. So the West Coast had this really bad heat wave that hit them early this week, end of last week. It ended up coming here. We had temperatures with heat indexes being about 110, 111 on some days. And the rodent room, I'm not running any air conditioners. It's just all fans. I have a little vent underneath the garage door, and then with the garage door being tilted, there's
Matt. Hopefully that's all fixed now. It looked like it lost connection for some reason. I'm not really sure, but we should be.
I'm back. Got muted. All right, cool.
I don't think that issue was us. I think that was a YouTube thing. Seeing other people are getting booted. So welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what went down with that, but
all right. It looks like we're
good. We're getting back up there. So
yep, we're moving. Okay. So I'm very happy with the way our rodent room has turned out for this summer season. With all the airflow that we have, I also run a sprinkler that runs over the garage door and essentially the little vent that I have underneath. And with doing that, we would have temperatures around 100 degrees with the heat index, maybe 110. And my garage has been sitting anywhere between 86 and 88 degrees. So super stoked that I didn't have to worry about using any air conditioners, because I had air conditioners in there, and from the ammonia from the rodents, it was just eating the coils, and I would go through an air conditioner every year. So super excited about that. Yeah, and now we're gonna get into some animals. So I got a couple clutches that we can look at. We have one that just completely shed out. It was the Inferno, so the pastel enchi not leopard. Pastel hidden gene Woma granite yellow belly had a exanthic to a pastel dark phase exanthic. They all shed out. Everything looks really good, so we'll take a look at them. And then the puzzle stuff is all out of the egg, so we can take a quick peek at them. And I also have a blackhead clutch.
Look at the firefly stuff that shed. So.
Yep, and then Jim's got a couple clutches he wants to look at.
Not a couple, just...
The blackhead clutch I'm not really going to look at because they're deep in shed, so I'm really not going to look at those. So.
Wow, bro, that thing is bright.
Yeah. All right, so we kind of start with the least amount of genes and work our way up. Woo! And
Welcome,
shout
Dave.
out to Ballers. I'm wearing the shirt, so is Jim. So we got ourselves a pastel.
Yeah, Elite. We have a swamp cooler as well, which we just kind of put over there this season. But what's very similar to a swamp cooler is we run a sprinkler in front of the intake that goes into the shed. So the
ice cold
or
water.
not the shed, but the area where the rodents are. So as the air comes in, it is acting just like a swamp cooler. The sprinkler is cooling it off via evaporation and cooling that air as it's drawn in across the concrete, which is a little cooler than the surrounding areas.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of air circulation inside and a massive amount of turnover going out the other end of the building. So we've done pretty good in this crazy high heat and really had minimal losses. So anyway, what do you got here?
We got ourselves a pastel, 100% het exanthic. I don't see much of anything else. Not maybe.
Nah.
I'm gonna go pastel only.
Yep.
So, pastel.
And what was the pairing for this?
Inferno, so pastel hidden gene Woma granite yellow belly to a pastel dark phase exanthic.
All right. This looks good.
So this, actually, I think I may have skipped. No, I think they're both pretty close to the same. They look very similar. So those should both turn out as Infernos. So pastel hidden gene Woma granite yellow bellies. Let's see. Let's look at the bellies here a little bit. You get a little bit of the checkering a little bit down near the belly.
Yes,
you get that
Slater. That's the tough part, man. Is the air conditioning units do not
fare well.
work. I mean, they work fine, but there's no longevity there as far as in a rat room. So as an emergent thing, it'll work. But we found ourselves replacing AC units every single season. Because they were just, the ammonia was just eating out all the coils. So,
yep.
I don't know. We started looking at some of the big dogs and what they were doing and how they were being successful, especially the people down south where it gets hotter and for longer periods of time. And essentially, we just copycatted that up here and then added the sprinkler thing in the front, and it's doing pretty good. So anyway.
So with the Infernos, you kind of get this little like peach tone, kind of near the base of the belly. So it goes white, peach, and then you got this yellow up top. Crazy pattern, which comes in from the hidden gene Woma. And these two would just sit there long enough. And they're both 100% het for exanthic, and they are both females, actually. The pastel that I showed you, that was a male.
So, Sean, to answer that, my recommendation to pair that animal to would be something ivory or another asphalt. I personally would not take the risk to put it to a yellow belly. Yes, you might get lucky, and if that's all you have, then that's what you do. But if you're buying animals and you're going to buy something, I would buy something ivory, or I would buy something else that's asphalt. That way, when you pair the animals, you're not second guessing what you're producing. If you put that to a yellow belly and you don't hit the freeway, you're gonna be selling animals yellow belly / asphalt for a moderate amount of money because you don't know what it is, as opposed to definitively knowing what it is and getting exactly what's due in. So if you're building that project, if you got the coin, do super asphalt. Absolutely, that's sick. If you got the money, you got the billfold, go grab it. That'd be a great animal to put to that and see what happens. Or again, something ivory, so that everything is yellow belly and you hit on your freeways or you don't. Or another asphalt, which would be a little bit less expensive than the super asphalt. And what do we got here?
We got ourselves an Xanthic female. So if there may be something else in here, like if you look at the back of this head, it's got a weird stamp. And most of the Xanthic stuff that I've produced, it's just straight up Xanthic, don't have that. So there may be granite that could be subtle in there that could be causing a little change. There's not really any yellow belly. So for right now, I'm holding it up as just a straight Xanthic. She's staying here because I need females to start working my double het projects. So she's going to stay. And she may end up turning out to be dark phase. Who knows?
Well, they've all should.
Yep, everybody should. Yep. So this is a pastel Xanthic, maybe more. I have a pastel Xanthic upstairs that does not look that good.
I think that's just variability.
It could be.
Honestly, it doesn't have markers for yellow belly.
It could be. There could be granite in there that's affecting it. I don't know.
That could be the only thing.
Yeah. Because I have produced pastel granite yellow bellies that were extremely bright, which were brighter than a normal pastel yellow belly. Yep. So that could possibly be what's in there. Another female also staying here. And then the top dog.
Why is it a dog?
I like dogs. Whew. She looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm holding her as a Super Inferno, so a super pastel Hidden Gene Woma granite yellow belly. You do get the pixelation down near the belly for the yellow belly. The crazy patterning from the Hidden Gene Woma.
And yellow belly.
And the yellow belly. The super pastels, you can see the head's bright white.
Crazy.
Like the contrast between the eye stripes and the head is just awesome. And then granite could totally be in there. It may not be in there. I don't know if the Xanthic's kind of messing the pattern up enough to keep it from looking like a true Super Inferno. But we will find out when she gets to size and we breed her. So, Super Inferno. So, Super Pastel, Hidden Gene Woma, Granite, Yellow Belly. Oh, she looks so awesome.
So mine aren't all in one tub.
Oh, I still got one more to show up.
Yeah, and you can show it off in a second.
You showing off your Firefly stuff?
You take
So impatient. No patience whatsoever.
I wouldn't call this from the bottom, but we're gonna
Thanks, Robert.
work our way up here. So this is a Fire Red Stripe, 66% het for clown, and this is a little girl that's eventually going to be available here.
She looks awesome.
Yeah, dude. I'm digging what Fire does with Red Stripe. I mean, that's just.
Is that a yellow belly at the bottom, or is it just?
There's no yellow belly in the pairing that I'm aware of, so I would say no. That's just probably from the Fire. But Fire Red Stripe, 66% het clown female. She looks good. Good.
Yeah, there's a lot of materials that are hard to get a hold of these days. The pandemic really screwed all that up.
So, kind of a step backwards genetically. This is a Fire 66 het. Everything in here will be 66 het clown. The pairing was a Firefly het to a Red Stripe het. However, and you'll see, we're going to look at a couple more animals here in a second, and they really kind of And they look very different. I've made fire. No, that was something else. Yeah, I don't know. They have markings, and we'll look at them. So, fire. Don't bite me.
Robert's like, how many buttloads of dollars? You almost got tagged.
Yeah, she tried.
Gee, feisty.
Her. She?
He, she.
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 So this is a
Calm down.
this is a Firefly, 66% het. This is a female. Just looks really good. Pretty classic Firefly. A little busier pattern than what I'm used to, or used to seeing anyway. There is some checkering along the bottom. I don't know if that's enough to say that there's yellow belly in there. And, for now I'm saying no, and I'll show you why in a second.
Thanks for joining us, Elite. We'll catch you later on another video. Uh-oh, your battery is low.
So this is a Firefly red stripe. You can see the differences. This looks just fantastic. This one is a boy.
That one almost tried to tag you too.
Now, here's the first look at what I'm talking about.
That's a cool.
That looks yellow belly-ish to me. Now, it may not be. It may be, the combo of what red stripe and, and fire do together. Well, actually, if that's the case, we should find the same thing on the fire red stripe. And we really don't. So this just looks like the typical fire markings. So you have some blotches. And then this one just looks really more checkery, a little more busy, definitely looks more yellow belly. So there was yellow belly in the pairing that produced the male that produced this clutch when we made him. But everybody that looked at him said he didn't have it.
Maybe he just has a really poor quality of it.
Yeah, it could be a little expression. And then
this crazy wacky one.
We have this is the holdback from this clutch. Now I'll say this. This guy, when he hatched, he is small. He is not shed yet. Now, he was the first to pip, and he crawled out of the egg on his own. And I would say half of the egg still had egg yolk in it, but he had separated from it and he had crawled out. So I've not seen that before, so I'm not sure what happened with that. So I won't be surprised if this guy takes some, assist feeds to kind of get going and that kind of thing. But today was the first day we have offered meals. He did not eat. Not surprising because he has not shed yet. But this is a little dude. He will be staying here. This is a Firefly red stripe clown. So the one visual from the whole clutch,
which came out amazing.
Yeah. And you can look this combo up on Morph Market. There's probably 4 or 5 in total that have been made of this combo, and there ain't none of them that look like this. None of them, not one.
And then
Ozzy made and posted, I think it was last week, or it may have been the week before, an animal that looked almost identical to this, and he thought that maybe his had OD or enchi in it. Yeah. And they really do look almost identical. So his looked a little bit better in the head, so I think his has enchi. OD in this, I'm not sure what that would do, so I can't even account for that. But nice little dude, and when we look at this belly, it's very faint, but there is some checkering along the belly, which, I don't know, could be the fire red stripe doing that, or maybe there is yellow belly in there, and this guy has some yellow belly in it.
Yes, Robert, there is red stripe in it.
Oh, definitely, for sure. So, yeah, we'll see when that sheds. All right.
All right. So we'll go through one more clutch really quick.
and then we're gonna cut some eggs for you guys.
Yeah, they're kind of almost graying up a little bit, but not too bad. So I'm not really going to show off the normals because everybody knows what normals look like.
Thanks, Melina. Thanks, Matt.
So, let go. So we got a few bananas in here.
Yeah, James. He's most of these guys darken up quite a bit, so he himself is really starting to put in a lot more yellow color where I didn't see the yellow before.
Ow.
But personally, he still looks to me more like an Ultramel clown than a Firefly Red Stripe clown, or at least in my mind, what I would think.
Stop being feisty.
Wild type, still pretty animal. Yep.
Not showing
absolutely.
Yet. So, here's a bunch of bananas from the clutch. So this was the OD banana het puzzle to the het puzzle.
Tavian's World of Reptiles. Welcome. I have not seen you.
Yeah, welcome to the channel.
In a while.
So,
hope everybody's all good.
a little different variety. So, where's the two dark ones? So these are two dark ones. So these ones have. So these are OD bananas. There's one that look like. Yeah, that one looks like the puzzle. This one, I believe, is just a straight up banana. And then we have this one that looks like it's OD banana, but it looks very similar to the OD banana puzzle that we hit, which is
Yeah, us too. Glad you were able to stop by.
that gentleman right there. OD banana puzzle.
Yeah, dude, Rob, I agree. The darker ones kind of look ultramelish.
Yeah, they look really they're really, really dark. You get really crazy orange in between all the alien heads, which looks really awesome. But I think this one here possibly could prove out to be the head because it looks very similar to the puzzle, like almost identical in color. So that's all the banana stuff in there. And then we got ourselves another puzzle. So we'll put all the puzzles together. Puzzle. So we got ourselves an OD puzzle, a regular puzzle, and an OD banana puzzle. And that's what we hit in that clutch. These two are staying here. That one, once she has enough meals and shit, she will be available.
Yeah, Matt, they are. And these guys are actually going into shed, so this is a little rough because they're kind of cloudy and that kind of thing, but
yeah, we'll do an update once they shed. But
what's going on, Kai? Welcome. Thanks for popping in. We're just getting ready to cut a clutch, and we were just going over this last one here of the OD puzzle, the OD banana puzzle, and another puzzle. So 2 girls and a boy.
Nope. Oh yeah. Never mind. Yeah, the OD banana's a boy. He replaced Dad. So.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna get into some egg cutting.
Cut.
So to refresh,
it's probably the only video that you can pop into 30 minutes late and still be on time, because we're good like that.
All right. So to refresh everybody,
not that you're late, Kai. I'm just like kind of in general, you know. Oh, you got another pipper. Oh,
yep,
good.
Another pipper.
So what was this pairing? So
this pairing was a pastel spider lesser enchi malum bald 66 pied to an albino pied.
Reel that back and say that again.
Pastel spider lesser enchi malum bald 66 pied to an albino pied. So everything is going to be double het albino pied, and hopefully she will prove out for pied, because that would be awesome to have all those genes and be het pied on top of it. So, and we got ourselves a couple pippers.
It's a pippa.
We got that one, and we got that one.
Yeah, Matt, I heard pied too. I'm hoping to hit a visual. It'd be nice to prove this girl out.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with her having all these genes. I would love to hit a malum pied, which would be great.
Yeah, pedals and scales for sure. we've had this girl for 3 years, and still every time we go over her genetics, it has to be said twice just to make sure that we got everything.
The first year, so pastel spider, lesser, enchi, malum, bald, 66 pied. She saw a pastel leopard, enchi, yellow belly, het pied. So a lot of genes in that pairing.
We'll take that luck. We will definitely take that luck.
All right, so this was the first one it pipped. So we're gonna go ahead and go with this. Let's see what this guy is, or girl. Kind of
Is
funky.
that a normal? No, it's not a normal.
That's
probably a malum.
maybe malum, yeah. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, that's not a normal. I bet you that's either a malum or a bald.
Bald, yeah.
He says last time Matt had his eyes closed trying to remember all those genes.
I did.
I remember that. Well, that's a decent. Well, as Matt's pulling it out of the camera view so nobody can see it. That's kind of a. Put it down.
It's looking.
Put it down.
It was facing the lens.
That's a cool head stamp. That's definitely not going to be a normal.
No.
I don't know
what it's going to be.
lesser. I mean, that kind of has a lesser-ish look to it.
I'm free.
Yeah, that's lesser something. Lesser. Is there yellow belly in this?
No yellow belly.
Yeah, Lou.
Lesser malum, maybe.
I know it's a brightening gene. It definitely brightens stuff up. Malum was renamed by Nerd. It was one of the Harlequin type genes. It is not a fire. What are the odds on a normal? I don't know. It's got to be the same as hitting the max. What would you?
It was like what, 1 in 1,000 or something like that.
I don't think it was
1 in
that.
512.
I don't think it was 1,000, but
It might be 1 in 512.
Matt's guessing. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've looked at those type of odds. So yeah, everything in here is double het albino pied. So let's see what we got. That is definitely malum.
That is malum, absolutely.
Look at that head.
That looks like a lesser malum, pastel lesser malum.
Yeah, that head.
Or that could be bald. Bald kind of does a little bit of that on the head. But that is super funky.
Super bright.
Yeah. That's
Super
awesome. Double het. That's
double
a
het.
keeper.
Super stain here.
Yeah, if it's a gene you never heard of, it was named by Kevin.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thanks, Petals. Thanks, Tavian.
What the heck is that?
That's malum.
That's more malum, yeah.
Lesser malum, bald,
Maybe.
enchi.
I'm trying to look at the eye stripe, but
Yeah.
move that tail. Yep, take your first breath. There you go. Yeah,
Don't move that around too much. I mean, these guys are right in that, like this, the
That-
whole screen.
that's crazy funky.
Yeah, that looks good. Enchi lesser, James is saying. Yeah, I kind of see that in there too, but it's super, super funky, and I don't know if that's the malum doing that. Usually in the clutches that she produces, the really whack stuff have been malum.
Right.
But I don't think we've made any enchi lesser either, so I couldn't even begin.
Both of those are super funky. Like that one is super dark.
Yeah, it's darker.
This one you get more like an orange tone in between the
Yeah.
alien heads a little bit. Which is almost similar to the female that I held back. Like she kind of started out that way. From her clutch last year.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the pattern even on this one. You can see the pattern on the alien heads is pretty funky, and I think that's the malum or the bald doing that over there. So that may be a single gene like the Harlequin stuff, but it is double het, so albino pied stuff heavy in the making. What the?
Spider or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but dude, yeah.
It's
Well, that's
super reduced.
yeah. That's got a lot. That's a lot of genes in that thing. Oh, maybe not. It is maybe a spider enchi.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, very different than anything that was made even last year.
Maybe pastel.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm coming up for air.
Hello. Come and see
yeah,
the world.
There's enchi in that. Look at those eyes.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's
definitely not spider, but those eyes are green.
And the eye stripes are kind of get that little fattening look, pinch in the back.
Pied time, exactly. And it. It's really gonna. Yeah, it is.
Spider.
It is the same crazy female.
Come on, pop your head out. Come on. Yeah, pop your head out. There you go. That one's even more reduced than the other one.
Yeah, this don't look like. The other one looked a little more funky. I don't know why, but
yeah. So a couple spider combo something or others.
Yep.
You're taking your first breath, hey buddy. Welcome to the world.
There's a head stamp. Robert was able to see its egg tooth. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I agree. I have no problem with spider, but even from the beginning, I just didn't want it in males. Males got to put their work in. They need to see 4, 5, 6 girls. I just didn't want that many clutches of spider. So if I have it in a female, I'm okay with that because I can choose the breeder or not. Bald bumblebees, yeah, dude. Absolutely, they very well could be. There's definitely something else going on there for sure, and they are slightly different.
You caught it, John.
Yeah.
It's gasped for air. That one's checking everything out.
The tongue flip.
The head stamp looks like one of those.
Oh yeah.
Psychology pics. Yeah.
I forget what they call them. What was the dude from the Marvel, not Marvel. Watchmen. The guy from the Watchmen with the
weird
the
mask
bag face. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's looking for his beer.
Right.
He's looking for my beer. That's the problem. He ain't getting none.
There you go. Take a drink.
There it is, Lou. The Rorschach. Well, I don't even know how to say that.
Rorschach?
Yeah, Rorschach. There you go. It's the Rorschach.
All right, last and final egg.
Male spider het hypo was Robert's first ball python.
Nice.
Come on, Pied, baby, Pied. There's a lot of white.
Spider.
A little white. Yep, spider.
It almost looks like one of the ones they produced.
Super reduced. Dang it. Well,
no pied.
I'm gonna. With all those genes, it's tough to say that she's not pied. I mean, you could probably do this pairing for 3 years in a row before you hit a visual, but
right.
At least there's definitely 100% double hets on the ground. These are going to be crazy animals when they start breeding.
Yeah, like these two for sure are not going anywhere. For sure.
This one, this one's definitely malum. I mean, how that for a funky eye stripe?
Right.
Yeah, that's just craziness.
Yep, the spider's coming up to kind of get a little peek too.
That's still a pretty crazy headstand.
It is.
Yeah, exactly, Dave. I mean, that was the... last year we just kind of threw hell to the wind, so to speak, and put a pastel enchi leopard yellow belly het pied to her on the off chance of maybe hitting a visual with some combos. She did not prove pied then, but she made some craziness, and again this year she doesn't let down. More craziness, but again, all 100% double het with just complete insanity.
And just wait until you see what's going to her next year. So next year, she's going to see a pastel leopard GHI exanthic. So super pastel, GHI, leopard, malum, bald, enchi, head exanthic stuff. So
there you go, Lou. That is kind of crazy. It's got a little pencil mustache down there.
I don't think you can hold back animals. I yelled dibs on while I watched the video at home.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Appreciate that, man.
You know what the magic thing about that is I have control of what ships out, what doesn't.
I don't think you can hold back up. I don't know, Rob. I mean, I've got a tri-stripe male. It's a het albino here waiting for you to pick up.
Oh. Thanks, Dave. It's 1 in 2,048 odds for a normal.
1 in 2,048. Bro, that's ludicrous.
That is.
All right, so I got my second notice for low battery, so that means I'm at 10%.
Yeah, we got to cut it off.
So we're going to be... look at its face on... What?
Looks like its face on...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's the clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does, man.
It does. Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't for the normal. That's for my pairing with her next year.
Oh, gotcha.
Is 1 in 2,048 for a normal.
James is running on 5%, so you're just kind of outbeating me there.
All right, well, on that note, our next live egg cutting isn't until July 17th, so we got ourselves a little bit of ways to go. There's actually 2 clutches. It's a black pastel exanthic to a pastel lesser yellow belly, and the next one I'm excited for, a pastel enchi leopard yellow belly poshet pied exanthic to
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that.
To a pastel dark face exanthic. So I'm hoping she proves out for the exanthic. She's got crazy color tone, so I'm hoping it's either the exanthic or the pied. So we will see. Hopefully more exanthic stuff on the ground.
Absolutely. And the one after that will be around the 20th, or around the 22nd, rather. And that is a Zuwadi clutch.
The last one of the season, right?
Yep, the last Zuwadi clutch of the season, so definitely dial in for that to see if we hit any more Zuwadi clowns. And hopefully that will give me some, and then I can kind of confirm up some of the other suspected Zuwadi clowns. Brewer Boys, what's going on, man? Welcome.
Robert's really eyeballing that female red stripe fire.
Yeah, she looks really good, dude. And 66% het.
Yep.
Thanks, James. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you. Melina, definitely get into, if you can, get into the SK. Wink, wink.
I mean, there's really none that are better than the other.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to pick one and run with it. We chose SK because it just wasn't as overproduced as the VPI. So at the time when we started to get into it, VPI, it was everywhere. Everybody had it, and we were thinking, well, let's get into something a little more niche where it's not so over flooded. So there was a little bit more room to work to make a new combo. So it would be similar to VPI in making those combos, but it wouldn't be compatible. So it's kind of starting over.
Right.
we just thought it would be a good road to go for us, and kind of get into that project. Maybe ride a little bit of JD's coattails a little, and just kind of make our own way in the SK world. So,
all right. Well, on that note, I think we are finished here.
Thanks, Rob.
And we appreciate everybody joining in tonight.
Matt got sun-kissed. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I did. I went to the beach with the kids yesterday, and this guy did not put any sunscreen on, so I got a little. Wow, I look really bad in the video.
Yeah, Dave. That's how you look in normal.
I looked in the in the mirror, and it doesn't look that bad.
Say it looks that bad. That's what I said yesterday.
It doesn't feel that bad.
Yeah. Good night, Melina. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Lou Balls, as always. Rob, thanks again for stopping in over and over. Brewer Balls.
Yeah,
James,
thank you,
Pedals
everybody.
and Scales, thank you very much for swinging in with us tonight. We had a great time. Chris Vogler, new to the Ectothermic Dungeon family. Thanks for popping in tonight.
Matt with Fat Heads, welcome, or not welcome, but thanks for hopping on as usual, and I will talk to you later. And
You gonna send them love notes, or are you gonna shout somebody else out?
who else do we got? We said Robert, right?
Yep.
You said Pedals, Melina, James, Robert.
Kai from Lucas Landon Royals. Again, thanks for jumping in tonight if you're still on here. If you guys don't follow him, definitely run over there and follow him. Balls of Paradise was on here. Thanks for stopping in. Tavian's World of Reptiles. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate the support.
Baller's Garage, Dave.
Thank
We
you.
didn't mention you. Representing your shirt.
Just his shirt. And Elite Exotics that was here a little bit ago.
And his rack.
Thanks for jumping in. Dude, I'm down. Lou Balls, I'm down to do any of that kind of stuff.
What's that?
I just don't run out and ask. You know what I mean? I started a conversation with Morph Mixology about maybe hopping on and doing that. That just hasn't come to fruition yet. We did do one with Ball Python Love, and we started a conversation about jumping back on with them and doing it something a little bit more rat focused, bringing Matt on and kind of doing a comboed thing with them as well. So that'll probably happen sooner than the other ones, unless the other stuff just kind of really takes off. But yeah, I'm open to do all that. Slater Snakes, thanks for jumping in, appreciate it. Sean Brooks, welcome, and thank you very much for joining in tonight. It's always good to have new people, new faces here. Anybody else?
I think we covered.
I mean, pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I think we've covered everybody.
All right. Well, that rolls it up for me.
All right. Well, until the next live, we'll get some videos out. That'll be
high.
I look high because my eyes are all.
Pick your head up and open your eyes.
Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night.
Are your
That's why
eyes
I
swelling shut from the sunburn?
No, it's lack of sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We appreciate it. We love y'all, and we will see you on the next video.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.